All right, we're back in Sports Plus with Joe Manganiello, and I didn't screw up the name. That's great.
You didn't. So.
I understand you've got a whole tutorial on how.
Yeah, I did a piece with MTV a few years back where you know, it was my guide to pronouncing effed up celebrity names, and I think it went viral, and it's been pretty funny. And yeah, we did one with for this as well, both my brother and I. So yeah, we've heard a lot of different pronunciations over the year, and people that argue with people, no, you're pronouncing it wrong, and then they'll give the wrong pronunciation, and it's like, you just talk to me, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, we're so proud of you for making this film, LaBare, which is a Dallas institution here, and some of us haven't been there, but actually it was really, really surprising what you find inside.
Yeah, it is surprising. It's such an amazing group of people. You know, there's nowhere else on earth you're going to find this group of characters. You know, I was influenced by these great documentaries that were really character driven. These great character documentaries. You know, The King of Kong was something that I saw and thought, man, you couldn't have hired casting directors and given them 10 years to find these people, and you couldn't have hired a team of writers to write what these people were just saying naturally. Actually, The Gift Shop is another one. It's this group of eclectic characters, and this certainly, I think, falls into that category as far as, you know, richness of characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was the biggest misconception about that kind of? Because when you did Magic Mike, you looked a little bit further into it, and then it's not quite as it seems, right?
No, it's not at all. I had a lot of misperceptions about it when I got the script. You know, my agents called me and said, "Hey, you're going to get this script about male strippers," and I'm like, "Oh, jeez," you know. And I went, "Well, what am I doing in this, and what happened?" You know, because I didn't know. And I think, you know, there's a few big misperceptions. I think one is, you know, when I say, "Oh, I made a documentary about male entertainment," they say, "Well, all the guys are gay, right?" And I go, "Well, maybe at a gay strip club, but not at a straight strip club. I mean, guys aren't even allowed in there. And plus, furthermore, I mean, if you're talking about a happiness, you know, scale or a sense of fulfillment, I mean, if you were a gay male, would you want to dance on women all night, or would you probably want to dance on guys? You know, I mean, because there's the possibility of them giving you money, and you might like one of them, you know? So, you know, all these guys, really what was surprising to me about it was that there was this this camaraderie, this brotherhood that reminded me of, you know, a rock band. It reminded me of, like, you know, The Dirt, a Motley Crue, you know, Autobiography. They're these rock stars, and they kind of behave that way backstage. And there's also, you know, male dancers don't get naked. They wear basically what professional wrestlers wear, and certainly in the case of like Randy Master Blaster, I mean, he's like the Ric Flair, the Hulk Hogan of male entertainment. So, you know, it's really a world that appeals to guys. And as a straight male, I was like, this is hilarious. This is great. This is guys being guys, and I think the other side of it too is that I think the misperception is that these men are mistreating women in some way, and our documentary is populated by the women that love these men, and some of them, in Randy's case, have been coming to see him for over 3 decades. He's been able to keep this romance, this fantasy alive, and for me, I mean, I wanted to know their secrets. You know, I wanted to know what do you know about women? What do you know about this? And you know, realize, geez, I need to step my game up here. Yeah. You know, so I think it's something that appeals to straight men. I mean, all my buddies, everybody that comes and sees it, they love it. They walk out and they're like, I love these guys. You know, I want to hang out with them.
Yeah, totally. Well, speaking of stepping your game up, I felt completely out of shape after watching this. So
yeah, if this movie doesn't make you want to go to the gym, I don't know what will.
So I gotta get some tips from you for like the regular guys out there.
Sure. Well, you know, I wrote a book, Evolution, that came out in December. The foreword was written by my childhood bodybuilding idol, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who asked me to speak. You know, we did a movie together, and then we became friends, and then he asked me to speak right after we were finished filming at the memorial of Joe Weider, who was his mentor. And you know, Arnold has definitely become a mentor of mine, and I spoke at that memorial on behalf of my generation of bodybuilders, and how much we take for granted and don't know where our modern era of fitness came from. And so yeah, it's all in that book, but it's really all psychological, it's mental. You know, you need a good plan, and you need to be motivated. That's why people don't achieve their goals. It's not because they don't know how to do this. It's because they don't know how to work this.
Yeah, and a lot of it's diet too. I should stop drinking the Dr. Pepper over there, right?
Well, I mean, you switch. I mean, I drink Diet Coke. You know, I drink a lot of black coffee. You know, I think really it is about, you know, the book is about that 1 hour you spend in the gym a day, but there's 23 hours of the day left over that you can either accelerate that training or you can completely tear it down.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, you know, putting an emphasis on that. You know, how far do you want to go? How good do you want to be?
Okay. Well, I know historically you've been a big sports guy, and since we're in sports, so we got to ask you, like, who are your teams?
Well, you know, I'm Pittsburgh, so I believe black and gold, which is not a popular thing to say in Dallas.
That's all right.
Definitely, because the rivalry goes back to the 70s. So, yeah, I'm a, you know, diehard Steeler fan. Unfortunately, one of the worst weekends of my life came in Dallas a few years back when the Super Bowl was here. So, 6 turnovers, you know, it's just, and we still almost pulled it off, but that was a dark day. I was at the Super Bowl in Tampa when they beat the Cardinals in '43, so you know, I'm a diehard Steeler guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually going to go back. We're going to open the movie. The movie opens in theaters on June 27th, and we're going to go back and do a Pittsburgh premiere there.
Oh, nice.
And raise some funds to reopen the Dennis Theater, which was the independent theater my brother and I went to growing up that really got us interested in independent films. And we're going to try to reopen it with this fundraiser. And we're going to go to the Pirate game on the 28th. So,
nice.
You know, I've met McCutcheon and the guys, so we're going to go out and support them.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, we also got to ask you your Hail Mary moment, the moment where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you, because I know you've had a few.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're talking in terms of this film. I mean,
just in general. And
sure. Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're an artist, you know, I've been acting for 21 years, mm-hmm. and you know, there's a lot of perseverance and belief in yourself that you have to have, and certainly in starting a film company, mm-hmm. Funded out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
You know, with your brother. And our cinematographer on the film was also a guy from Pittsburgh that we went to high school with. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it was a real family affair. And we'd initially just set out, you know, we'd set our sights on finding making a sizzle reel for what we thought was going to be a reality show. And I showed that 15-minute sizzle reel to Steven Soderbergh and my good friend Elvis Mitchell, and both of them said, do it yourself. Don't give this to anybody. Like, you stumbled upon a gold mine. Why do you want to sign off the deed to somebody else? In this day and age, do it yourself. Don't let anybody call your shots. You know, tell your story. And you know, in this day and age, with the level of technology and being able to keep those costs relatively low, you know, there's a certain amount of fear. The number one rule is don't spend your own money, don't gamble with your own money. But I did because I believed in my brother, and I believed in me. And I believed in the guys at the club, and I believed in the footage that we were finding. And you know, as a result, you know, we're kind of sitting on top of this big wave that just keeps swelling, and it just seems like you know, that's all people want to talk to me about is LaBare. And you know, there's certainly a lot of other things going. The finale of True Blood, and right. You know, people just want to talk about LaBare, which to me, you know, is amazing. There's kind of this cultural curiosity, I think, about male entertainment. We're very proud to kind of be the first theatrical documentary to explore this world, which is kind of mind-blowing.
It is, yeah.
That there's, you know, I always say that, you know, there's this documentary about the mole people that live in the subway tunnels of New York, but there's not a documentary about male dancers, and it's just, how does this not happen? But I mean, hey, I'm done questioning. Like, we did it, so here it is.
Yeah, well, it's got to be a relief now that you finally got it premiered right here in Dallas. So it's got to be nice.
Yeah, it's great, and it was really great to bring it back here and bring it home to say thank you to, you know, the men and women who opened up their lives and their hearts to us, because there really is some sensitive material to this. You know, there was a murder that happened a few weeks before we got down here, unbeknownst to us, and it was the Elvis Presley of male entertainment was shot and killed at age 27 in a parking lot by by this guy who then was never sent to trial, was never punished, and then got on, you know, social media and bragged about it to the guys at the club, and I think you know, it really hurt the people there, and there was a sense of like arrested healing that just couldn't happen. And I think through the filming there was a catharsis that happened with a lot of the guys, and we really you know, tried to help help that community heal from this tragedy.
Yeah. Now, of course, you said True Blood's ending. How do you feel about that? I mean, that's been such a big thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, this film wouldn't be possible without True Blood. The production company wouldn't be possible without True Blood. Magic Mike wouldn't have happened without True Blood. So, you know, there's a definite, you know, property stamp, you know, property of True Blood on everything that I do for the rest of my career. Like I said, I've been active for 21 years, and it seems like people have really started paying attention to my career after post True Blood. So, you know, it's sad to say goodbye. There's a sense of gratitude, but there's also a sadness because, you know, this last weekend I was in New Orleans for the first time. I was in the French Quarter. It was Friday the 13th.
Oh, wow.
And it was a full moon.
Yeah.
And I looked up off of this balcony that I was on the French Quarter at that full moon in Louisiana, and I just thought, man, I'm going to be sad to see the werewolf go.
Yeah.
You know, but I know that every full moon for the rest of my life will always be my moon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very last thing I wanted to ask you. I know you've had some crazy jobs. You've paid your dues. You've dressed up as Captain Morgan.
I did that at 16 years old. I worked construction. I was shoveling out the back of the truck. I was a bodyguard for Tyrese.
Yep.
I was a roadie for the rock band Goldfinger. I used to deliver subpoenas. I mean, the list goes on and on, man, you know.
Well, that's why we're super extra proud of you for doing this and all of your successes. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for